Yo, what's up? I was able to get in. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get in. What's good? What's good? What's good? I don't know, man. It was crazy trying to get into my own chat. um, I don't know. Been battling a lot, man. But I'm glad I made my own chat. So how's everybody doing out there? Don't forget to hit the like button coming through. As yes, this time it's done by the estate. So this new documentary with never before seen footage of Tupac should have some fans pretty excited. Vaping fast break. Man, I haven't seen you in about 2 years. In the live chat, I had to say the name. We used to see Prague all the time. Now he making music videos. Yep. So don't forget to hit the like button, folks, coming through the door. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Just give me one moment here and we will begin. I decided to do this live stream so that everybody could have their responses and get in and say what they want and go from there and share it with you guys live. Now, here's the news. Uh-oh, something's bad already going on. I guess somebody saw I was getting some traction and said, shut it down. Hold on. All of a sudden, things just start mysteriously falling downwards. Hold on, I'll be with y'all directly. All right, here we go. What's up, Nicole, Roger, T-Mac, Carlito's here? Man, Gaddafi, Paul? Oh my goodness. This must be a big day. Granted, it is a big day. Okay. It's about some wee Liddy. Now, here it is. Tupac Shakur has a very new documentary going to come out sometimes, supposedly, depending on the delays with all the, COVID situation, this year. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this year. Yeah, I was on there defending Zeke earlier. But before Afeni passed, she gave her blessings for the All Eyes on Me biopic, supposedly. Notice I said supposedly. Let me get some more light in here. Seems dark. There we go. Let the sun shine in. Now that seems a lot better. Now that 2-hour documentary that was supposed to have been a biopic of Tupac, that was more like a hip hop video, a 2-hour hip hop video. I've seen a better job done with less time on television. Now, the estate has been putting on the right places and everything else for this documentary to take place. In 2017, I believe it was, the guy Tom Watley, who works for the Tupac Shakur estate, the trustees for Amaru Entertainment, that was created by Finney. She hired what's his name, Nigel Sinclair from White Horse Pictures, and the guy what's his name, Jason Jackson, so they could team up and make. Let me see, who is this? Ooh, that's a chick, and she looks fine. Hi, yeah, I see you, but I can't. Sorry, groupies. Um, they wanted to team up to to produce this documentary of Tupac. Now, but they want it authorized. One of the pieces to the puzzle was to finally, win a legal battle with Tupac's estate. And that was the legal battle against. The state had to go up against the guy. You probably seen his YouTube videos. Gobi, he's the guy who directed the Made Niggas video, and he had all that footage. And he was putting out a documentary called 7 Days with Tupac when they was filming the video. So Gabi went to court, and in 2019, he was collecting money from all of y'all fans. I don't know if y'all got y'all money back, but he was collecting money to try to get money to, release the footage and put the film out. Now, it has never before seen footage of Tupac that he has in possession. And in 2019, he had to hand that over to the estate of Tupac. Now, he was upset about it, but he had to give it over because, ironically, that footage was recorded and intended for a Tupac Shakur production company that he had created in 1996. Tupac, along with Tracy Robinson, created a production company. Tupac owned 60% of the production company, and Tracy owned the other 40. So Tracy and Tupac would reunite after his release from prison in 1995. Initially, Tracy had worked for a production assistant for the Tupac Put Out a Little Liquor music video set. And then, her boyfriend was Gabi. She was dating Gabi. So that's how Gabi ended up directing the Made Niggas video. It wasn't like him and Tupac were cool. It was because of Tracy Robinson. Now, Tracy and Gabi was dating. So he became the director and the cameraman. So she gave one half of her 40% to Gabi. Now, he did 2 videos with Pac. Thank you guys for hitting the like button too. I appreciate that. He did 2 of America's Most Wanted, and he did the Made Niggas video. Like I tell you, I give you nothing but the facts. So he wanted to release the video and make his own and call it 7 Days and put out his own thing with Gabi, being the executive producer of it, because he got a piece now of the whole deal. And once Pac died, you started to see Gabi's his true intentions. And I guess Tracy and him started having problems based on what was happening here. She realized Gabi was being a little bit more slicker than the average human being. Gabi was in it for Gabi. So Gabi was running through some funding issues trying to do it. So Tupac estate was not pleased when they found out Gabi was attempting to try to cut them out of the profits, wrongfully exploit the unseen footage, and trying not to pay Tupac's estate. Gabi fought to remain in possession of the footage after his breakup with Tracy Robinson came in an end. He thought he could still do it because now he got what he really wanted, was that percentage. He got what he needed. He got that half. So now he like, bet I'm in the ball game. I can make my own Tupac stuff and I ain't got to pay them nothing because I shot the footage and all this. He thought this was it. He thought, I'm in the position. This is where I need to be. Why is everybody calling me right now? I don't need that. So Tracy teamed up with Tupac's estate because they had the partnership. Tupac owned 60%. She had the 40. So she testified in court against Gabi. She testified against Gabi in court. So Gabi knew he was lost. Gabi knew there was no way he could win this lawsuit. It's just another guy trying to be slick and come in and steal money for himself and cut out the people he's supposed to pay. And he took money from you guys. All you guys who did that GoFundMe, I think he did a GoFundMe. I'm not sure, but he was taking donations. But this is the documentary that Tupac wanted to put out. This is what Tupac was working on. So this ain't like some other documentary. This is a documentary Tupac was working on for himself back in 1996 with his production company he started with Tracy. This is that footage that we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing interviews and hearing things from Tupac that we've never heard. Apparently, there's a lot of it that we haven't seen and hadn't heard. And it's supposed to be in this documentary. Yep. So they reached a settlement in February. So Gabi, he had up to March the 3rd to give up the footage and everything else that he had, the negatives, the audios, the prints, everything that he had in possession. And in return, Tupac's estate is going to pay Gabi $225,000 and allow him to use and profit off unseen photographs of Tupac's and exhibits, just as long as the photographs used are approved by Tupac's estate. Along with the win they got over Gabi, Tupac and also his estate. Jesus, this is what I go through every day. Tupac estate also got a huge victory when Entertainment One had to hand over their music that they had with his time when he was with Death Row. Entertainment One was trying to come in and not pay Tupac estate. So all that was important, and this is why it took so long to get done. Tupac estate had to win all these court rulings so that you guys could be able to see Tupac's own work. His auntie, Gloria Cox, is one of the members. That's Afeni's sister, Gloria Cox. She's one of the people overseeing the project. And she said the goal of the film was for the whole world to see all of Tupac, good or bad. I feel like we have a team in place that Afeni would be very pleased with, and it's never been our intention to rewrite the story of Tupac. Our goal has always been to tell the true story, which has never been done before in such a complete way. She said, my sister Afeni has said to me, we are not in the business of defending Tupac. Our job is to allow him to be seen in the most complete way so his actions, his choices, and his words would allow to speak for himself. I believe this film would do exactly that. And that is the quote from his family. Let Pac defend himself. His words, everything he says, will defend himself. So that is it. Are you guys excited? Well, a lot of it is in 96, so you'll probably get a lot of footage that he shot during America's Most Wanted. It's a lot of footage that we wanted to see from the Made Niggas video shoot. Some of it that we did see was crazy. And I'm quite sure you can see it on YouTube. Some of it was like behind the scenes death row, one of those death row tapes where they take you behind the video shoot for the Made Niggas. And it was not a good video shoot at all. It was yelling, arguing, fighting, and cursing each other out. It was a mess. Some guy got in there, tried to fight one of the outlaws. It was a whole mess. So it was explosive. Yeah, so he has footage, like never before seen footage. And they want to put all of it out. So Tupac's estate is producing it. I'm guessing and believing that everybody who's in there is gonna get paid, like the outlaws. You get to see Fatal. You get to see Gaddafi again. So, oh, I don't know anything about that, but rest up, Fatal Hussein. Yep, absolutely. Outlaw, outlaw. They gave me the say. People ask me sometimes, what did I like the most about Tupac? Because I like Tupac and Biggie. People act like you had to choose. Like you had to choose one. I'm like, I like Tupac before he went to death row. Not like I don't like Tupac now. I'm just saying I liked him before he even went there. So before he was that, I had, Where My Homies Call, Brenda's Got a Baby. I had that album. Had the Strictly for My Negroes album, had that. Had All Eyes on, Me Against the World. Had all his albums before he even went to Death Row. So I was always the Thug Life album. That's when we really bonded. And I'm like, this is it. Thug Life album. Ah, man, that was my album. You couldn't pry that from me. Every song. Oh, and that was a little small EP. That was a little small EP. But every song was essential. I mean, just perfect. You couldn't ask for nothing. More or less, greater. It was just, to me, epic. You weren't going to see anything worse or better or whatever you want to call it. It was just where it needed to be. But like I was saying, people always would ask me, like, what did I like the most about Tupac? I loved his freedomness. Tupac's freedomness to me was powerful. His freedomness was to do just whatever. He was just free. I'm just like, man, that dude, you see him, that was a freed mind. Like he's not confined to the rules of I gotta follow the status quo. He would go against the grain and do some of the things, even if it might not be beneficial. And that's who a lot of the things he did, I was a fan of. Back then, I told you I was cut up bandanas. When I was down in Hawaii, throwing up the West Coast, people was calling me Lil Pac. Yeah, I know. I had crazy Filipino women hanging on to me. Oh no, Frank, I was cut up, cut up like a bag of dope. You already seen it. Oh, absolutely, man. We was having a ball back then, man. We was having a ball back then. But it was his freedomness, that he always strived to be free. Oh, thank you, man. You ain't seen nothing on the Patreon yet. You finna get some education today, also. So get ready to go to class. Yeah, but that's what I said. Gopi tried to do what he had to do to try to come in there and get and cut out the middleman basically and do it his way. And you see how that ended. That dude was free. He did it. He really what he called not giving a F was just him being undoubtedly as free as possible. And I've always strived to be that. I admired him for that. He was gonna be as free as possible, as possible as he can get. He was gonna be free to walk his own way, walk his own line, speak whatever he felt like speaking. I said, man, that guy is something. He is unique. Metaphors was not really the thing. Like Big Daddy Kane, it was some rappers that use metaphors, but it was like after Method Man came out with the song Method Man, everybody started turning into the metaphorical freak, and you got to have metaphors in order for a bar to mean something. And even LL had to take a shot at that when he made Hollis to Hollywood, where he just used metaphors through the whole song, just describing like all movies and stuff. He just used all movies, metaphors. Metaphors, only thing you could rap. You guys need to stop with that. I'm going from Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I'm going from Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? What is the theory of sex? Spines and pockets, miniature float light, miniature satellites floating in closets, jumping out of a helicopter into a football field full of cotton candy, like wee. Oh man. Yeah, it's a lot of footage I like to see. So I'm just glad they finally won all the lawsuits. They getting the footage together now. Gopi gonna get his money. He didn't he didn't trick what's her name into giving up his percentage. So now, even though they broke up, he got what he wanted. Gosh, people crazy. So anyway, don't forget, check out my Cash App. Carcino's the name on the Cash App. If you're able to donate, we appreciate all the love and support for those who have been doing it and holding us down. We will do a stream yard today, talk about some hoops. Might do some boxing too. So we'll do that later on today. Oh, Michael, Michael Cook? You just got here a little late. We're at the end of the video now. We only got about maybe 20 seconds left. So you're gonna go back to the beginning and get all the information you need. I swear to you. Oh yeah, I've been talking with John Sally. Yeah, he been loving what's been going on here. I told him, I'm like, John, I had to talk. They talking crazy, John. I had to tell him, John. Me and Sal. Sal just put the 100 up. But I got his. Look at Corey. Oh, they back on the block. Trisha, Ducky. They supposed to be quarantined. Look at them out there deep. Man. Well, all I know is they went to John and brought John Sally over. John Sally didn't go to the Bulls and beg them for a job. They wanted John Sally. I already saw his video, unless he got another one dropping. Prague ain't been on here because I told you in the beginning he been making music videos. That's in the beginning of this video. I saw the video, and I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, what? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if like this is meant to be a spoof or this is serious. That's why I'm confused. And then I'm like, where did these hoes come from? Like he got these hoes, they doing steps. I mean, he got them doing choreography in the background. They spinning around like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, man, I'm like, he got hoes in biker shorts. And they out here spinning around doing steps. I said, what is Prague doing? I said, this dude done dug up some hoes and got them out here doing steps. Oh man, I was on the floor. I love that video. I'm like, look at this. Prague that came up. Well, it's pragmatic, or as Frank would say, it's Prague. I'm like, Prague don't sound. He from the UK. He know it's Prague. Okay, what is going on? I'm like, what is so important? Everybody blowing me up today. Man, when you see that video and you see them hoes and they spinning around and doing these dances, like man, I was on the floor. I was like watching. I said, all right, practicing me something. I'm watching. I said, oh man. And man, it was like, come get it or something, like, come get it. I'm like, man, I'm like, oh my God. I said, this video is great. This video is great. I am sharing that video as soon as I can. Every human being on the planet, everybody needs to see that video at least once in their life. That video was hilarious. Yep. So thank you guys for tuning in today. No, I didn't do the easy Patreon video yet. That's coming up this month. And it's coming up this week. About him and Magic. And I was going to go and explain a little bit more in detail. We touched it a little bit with Magic, Did you read the Patreon thing with Magic? Read that. Listen to that video. Read that. And then you finna get the A bomb, the A bomb finna drop. Trust me. Saw the YouTube video. Now, if you're on Patreon, check out what happened with Magic. Check that out. Then you finna see something else. It's all being fed to you the right way. But it's all gonna make sense in the end. Then you're gonna be able to understand why that video was done that way and why it couldn't be told in the way it was, and you'll see why they kept that video from even going out. Traffic wise, that video was dead. They were not finna ship that video anywhere. They were already afraid when they saw the title. That video didn't get no push whatsoever. None of you probably even saw the video. Jeff, let me tell you guys, since you guys are here, this video is supposed to be over 5 minutes ago. But I'm going to tell you something. People be like, well, how do you get this? How did you know? How did you get that? The photo I got of LeBron cheating. I actually have a photo of this man cheating. How did I get that and put that on the Patreon? How did I get access to this? How did I have all this? You see, you're not famous. That's what they love to say. You're not a famous guy. No one knows you. You're a guy in the house. This is why and how. When you go to that restaurant and that door open, the bellboy, I know him. He subscribed to my page. He chats back and forth, and he might see you do something and send me a photograph. That guy at the hotel that works the concierge desk, he's friends with a lot of other people that we know, because when he's not there, he takes a boxing class at the boxing gym, and I know the trainers. You go to your hotel that you're creeping off with, the guy that's making sure your bags and everything in your room, that's my uncle. The restaurant you go and eat at, the chef that's in there cooking your food, the Japanese chef who's the sous chef at Japanesa, who's in there cooking. I used to stay at his house many a nights, eating well good Korean beef. Very well steamed, cooked, and prepared by a professional chef. So these people who you discredit, don't know, and don't care about, and they ain't nobody, they ain't celebrities, but they see it all. And who they connection? Who's the plug? Who's the guy that's gonna get the information? Who's the guy that they gonna send it to? Who's the guy that's getting the pictures and the text message? My job is easy. My job is easy. I'm just a guy who know a couple people. That's all. And I just happen to be right about quite a few things. And none of you guys end up knowing until it explodes later and everybody jumps on my back and tell me I'm the liar. Okay, I'll just eat it. And then when I'm proven right, everybody goes silent. So it's just the way it is how it's been going. I'm used to it now. I'll never get the credit that I fully deserve. Only a small few that know be like, you the truth, homie. I'll be like, that's who I do it for. I do it for them. The little guys, the underdog. So now you know how it works. So go check out the Patreon, Carcino for Life Patreon. You will not be disappointed.